Oh, good morning, guys. Oh man, this staying at home's really gotten to me. Feeling a little older these days. Today we're reading Way of the Warrior Kid again. Jocko Willink's Where There's a Will. We're on chapter 11. So, we got in the car and Uncle Jake started it up. He didn't say anything, he just started driving. And since he wasn't saying anything, I just kind of sat there thinking, boy, did I feel stupid. I had faked that my shoulder was hurt, but I really didn't know why. It wasn't just because I didn't want to tap out. I tapped out 1,000,000 times in jiu-jitsu, and that was fine. It was actually a great way to learn for the next time. So what was bothering me so much about tapping out this time? I wondered to myself. I guess Uncle Jake was wondering the same thing. Why? He finally asked as we drove down the road. But the weird thing was with Uncle Jake. The weird thing with Uncle Jake was that most of the time when he asked me a question, he already knew the answer. I didn't know what the answer was. I don't know, Uncle Jake, I told him. Yes, you do, he replied. You just don't see it yet, or want to admit it. Admit what, Uncle Jake? I asked him. I really had no idea what my problem was. Admit that you're jealous of Danny Reinhardt. Me? Jealous of Danny? No way. I don't even like Danny Reinhardt. Why would I be jealous of him? Because of your ego. Do you know what an ego is? I have no idea, Uncle Jake. Uncle Jake was quiet for a minute. Then he said, your ego is you. It is your thoughts and feelings and how you see yourself and how you see others. It is how you think you fit into this world. And it's what you think of yourself. I don't understand, I said. Wait, you're my ego? But you're me. I don't think I understand, I said. Well, let me put it to you like this. If someone has a big ego, that means that they think they're the greatest thing in the world. They think that they're better than other people. They think that they deserve to be at the top. If someone's ego is too small, then they lack confidence. They don't think they can do well. They don't think they can win. A person's ego should be balanced in the middle somewhere. They should have confidence, but not be overconfident. They should believe they can win, but at the same time know they are going to have to work hard to get there. So ego isn't a good or bad. It's just something you have to learn to control. Okay, Uncle Jake, I think I get what you're talking about. A person shouldn't think that they're the best thing in the world, but they shouldn't think that they're the worst thing either. Is that right? I asked. Yeah, that is. And if ego goes too far in one direction or the other, it's a problem. If you think you are the greatest, you don't work as hard or train as hard because you believe you're the best, so you end up losing. If you think you're the worst, you won't have any confidence, and you will get shaken up when things go wrong, so you end up losing. So, like I said, you have to keep your ego balanced in the middle. Confident, but not cocky. It's all about balance. Okay, I get it, Uncle Jake, but what does this have to do with Danny Reinhardt and me? Uncle Jake took a deep breath. The problem you have with Danny is that he's good at everything. He's smart, he's fast, he's strong, he's even good at jiu-jitsu. And on top of all that, he's actually a pretty nice kid. He's being so good at everything, it bothers your ego. Your ego wants you to be the best, but your ego sees that Danny can beat you at a lot of things, and that hurts your ego. It bothers your ego. It bothers you too. So you don't like Danny, but you don't even know why. But the answer is obvious to me. You are jealous of him, and that's caused by your ego. And he's like, I'm not such a bad guy. I don't even know what to say. I just sat there. We pulled into the driveway of my house. I didn't open the door because I knew the conversation wasn't over yet. I still needed to figure this out. Uncle Jake knew that too. Finally, he asked, what is it you don't like about Danny? I still don't know what to say. Is he mean? Does he bully? Does he pick on kids? Is he rude or obnoxious? As usual, I could tell Uncle Jake already knew the answer to these questions. No, I answered. He's not any of those things. What is it then? Uncle Jake asked. Once again, I could tell Uncle Jake knew the answer to this question, so I figured I might as well admit it. Well, I guess I am jealous of him, I confessed. Then I just got really emotional. I couldn't help it. He's just so good at everything, I admitted, as tears started to come out of my eyes. I was totally embarrassed, and I couldn't help it. He's good at running and math and pull-ups and even jiu-jitsu. And my friends that used to look up to me, Nathan and Kenny, now they look up to him even more. And it just doesn't feel very good to work so hard and come up short in everything. Uncle Jake sat quietly. Then he kind of chuckled. He laughed. What are you laughing at, Uncle Jake? I asked him. He laughed a little more, then shook his head. Ego. What? Why is that funny? I asked. It's funny because I've seen the same thing so many times. Ego causing all kinds of problems. It caused me more problems than you can imagine. And it's going to keep causing you problems until you get it under control. Guess what? You aren't going to be the best at everything all the time. You aren't even going to beat everyone. You're not going to beat everyone and be smarter than everyone. And that's not the way things work. And if you let it bother you this much, you will always feel like this. Angry at yourself, angry at other people, angry at the world. But if you can control your ego, put your ego in check when it needs to be put in check, and allow it to be strong when it needs to be, you won't be angry. You'll be happy. You'll do better. Sure. But it all started to make sense now, but I wasn't sure where to go with it. I thought about it. Then I asked Uncle Jake, how do I learn to get control of my ego? Uncle Jake smiled and said, you become friends with Danny Reinhardt. That wasn't the answer I wanted to hear. I didn't like that idea at all, but I knew Uncle Jake was right. I'm going to go trim this so that I can be more presentable our next visit. Y'all take care. Get after it.